Several major airports have begun pilot programs with enhanced radar and infrared detection systems designed specifically to identify unconventional aerial objects. Los Angeles International Airport, Chicago O'Hare International Airport, and Denver International Airport are testing sophisticated sensor arrays that combine advanced radar technology with infrared detection capabilities. These systems operate continuously, scanning airspace for objects exhibiting unusual flight characteristics that conventional radar might miss. The detection systems use multispectral sensors that can identify objects invisible to standard radar equipment. Infrared components detect heat signatures from objects that might not reflect radio waves effectively. Electromagnetic sensors monitor for unusual energy emissions that could indicate exotic propulsion systems. The combined data feeds into artificial intelligence algorithms that analyze flight patterns and identify objects behaving outside normal aircraft parameters. Commercial airline executives receive classified briefings about potential threats to aviation safety from UAP encounters. These briefings occur monthly at secure facilities in Washington, D.C. and cover recent incident reports, analysis of object capabilities, and recommended safety protocols. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby attended his first classified briefing in September 2024. Delta Airlines, American Airlines, and Southwest Airlines executives participate in similar sessions with government officials. The briefings include detailed analysis of UAP encounters affecting specific airline routes and aircraft types. Officials present radar data, pilot testimonies, and photographic evidence collected during incidents. Airlines receive recommendations for crew training modifications and operational procedure updates. The government also shares intelligence about geographic areas experiencing elevated UAP activity levels. Military personnel are embedded within civilian air traffic control centers at major airports to monitor UAP activity in real time. These specialists work alongside civilian controllers during standard operations, but activate enhanced protocols when unidentified objects appear on radar screens. The embedded personnel have direct communication links to ARO headquarters and regional military command centers. Technical Sergeant Maria Rodriguez monitors UAP activity from the control tower at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. She coordinates with civilian controllers when unusual radar contacts appear in controlled airspace. Rodriguez can request military aircraft intercepts and activate specialized tracking equipment when UAP encounters occur. Similar positions are staffed at air traffic control facilities in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, and Seattle. New rapid response protocols activate automatically when UAPs are detected near commercial aircraft. Controllers immediately notify airline operations centers and provide pilots with recommended course adjustments to maintain safe separation distances. Military aircraft on standby alert can scramble within 15 minutes to investigate unidentified objects in commercial airspace. The protocols include specific communication procedures and coordination between civilian and military authorities. AARO established specialized UAP investigation teams at key airports including Los Angeles International, Chicago O'Hare, and John F. Kennedy International. These teams respond immediately to UAP incidents involving commercial flights. Each team includes military investigators, civilian aviation experts, and technical specialists trained in evidence collection and witness interviews. The teams have access to portable detection equipment and secure communication systems for reporting findings to AARO headquarters. The investigation teams coordinate with airport security, airline personnel, and local law enforcement during active incidents. They interview pilots and air traffic controllers within hours of UAP encounters to collect detailed testimonies while events remain fresh in witnesses' memories. The teams also analyze radar data, review security camera footage, and collect physical evidence when available. Cooperation between NASA, the Federal Aviation Administration, and Pentagon officials on UAP research has expanded significantly during 2024. NASA contributes satellite tracking capabilities and atmospheric analysis expertise to UAP investigations. The space agency's Deep Space Network can track objects exhibiting unusual orbital characteristics. NASA also provides scientific analysis of UAP propulsion signatures and energy emissions. The FAA shares commercial aviation data with AARO investigators, including flight path information, radar recordings, and pilot reports. Agency officials participate in joint analysis sessions where government scientists examine UAP encounters for patterns and technical characteristics. The FAA also modifies air traffic control procedures based on AARO recommendations for managing UAP incidents safely. The government's approach has shifted dramatically from denial to active investigation and comprehensive threat assessment. Pentagon officials now acknowledge publicly that some UAP encounters involve objects demonstrating capabilities beyond current human technology. This represents a complete reversal from decades of official policy that dismissed UAP reports as misidentifications or hoaxes. AARO publishes regular reports documenting UAP encounters and investigation findings. These reports acknowledge that a significant percentage of incidents remain unexplained after thorough analysis. Government officials testify before Congress about UAP investigation, progress and resource requirements. The shift reflects growing recognition that UAP encounters pose legitimate national security concerns requiring serious scientific investigation. Defense contractors are developing specialized radar systems optimized for tracking objects with unusual flight characteristics. These systems use frequencies and detection algorithms specifically designed to identify craft that might evade conventional radar. Prototype systems underwent testing at military installations during 2024 before deployment to civilian airports and air traffic control facilities. The Pentagon has established secure communication networks for sharing UAP intelligence among government agencies and allied nations. These networks enable real-time coordination during active UAP incidents and facilitate sharing of technical analysis data. International partners contribute their own UAP encounter reports and investigation findings through these classified channels. Despite this massive expansion of government investigation capabilities, the most significant development may be happening within the aviation community itself. For decades, commercial pilots maintained strict silence about unusual encounters, fearing career consequences and professional ridicule. That culture of silence is finally beginning to crack. When pilots break their silence, Captain Sarah Martinez made a decision that would have been unthinkable just 5 years ago. After 22 years flying for American Airlines, she went public with detailed accounts of 3 separate UAP encounters during commercial flights. Her willingness to speak openly reflects a broader shift within aviation, one that began gaining momentum after the 2004 USS Nimitz incident finally received official acknowledgement. The Nimitz encounter, captured on FLIR video and later confirmed by AARO as having no conventional explanation, showed pilots tracking an object that traveled from 80,000 feet to 50 feet in under a second. Analysis by former Pentagon official Dan Cohn calculated G-forces exceeding 9,000 times Earth's gravity during these maneuvers, far beyond anything achievable by known aircraft. Martinez documented each incident meticulously, recording exact times, locations, and object descriptions. Her first encounter occurred on a red-eye flight from Los Angeles to Miami in March 2024. An oval-shaped object paced her Boeing 737 for 18 minutes at 37,000 feet, maintaining perfect formation despite her attempts to change altitude and heading. When she reported the encounter to air traffic control, Miami Center confirmed an unidentified radar contact in her vicinity but could not establish communication with the object. Her decision to speak publicly came after her third encounter, which involved an object that appeared to scan her aircraft systematically. The incident occurred during a daytime flight from Dallas to Boston when a cylindrical craft approached from below and moved along the length of her plane. Martinez watched through the cockpit windows as the object positioned itself at various points around her aircraft, as if conducting some kind of examination. The encounter lasted 26 minutes and was witnessed by her first officer and 3 flight attendants. The traditional wall of silence that protected pilot careers for decades is cracking under the weight of safety concerns that can no longer be ignored. Pilots who once feared professional suicide for reporting unusual encounters now face a different calculation. The frequency and consistency of UAP incidents has created an environment where remaining silent feels more dangerous than speaking out. Flight crews are witnessing phenomena that challenge everything they learned about aviation physics, and the psychological burden of keeping these experiences secret has become unbearable for many. The Commercial Aviation UAP Reporting Network launched in February 2024 as a direct response to pilot frustration with existing reporting channels. Founded by active airline pilots, the network provides a secure platform for flight crews to document UAP encounters without fear of career repercussions. The organization maintains detailed databases of pilot testimonies, radar confirmations, and photographic evidence collected during commercial flights. Membership has grown to over 450 active pilots from major airlines across North America and Europe. Network founder Captain Robert Chen, who flies international routes for Delta Airlines, established the organization after his own UAP encounter over the Pacific Ocean in late 2023. Chen encountered an object that demonstrated impossible acceleration patterns while maintaining formation with his Boeing 777 during a flight from Seattle to Tokyo. The object accelerated from a stationary hover to speeds exceeding Mach 3 within seconds, with no sonic boom or visible propulsion signature. Chen's radar operator confirmed the object's presence and recorded its extreme velocity changes. Veteran pilots like Captain James Sullivan, who has logged over 25,000 flight hours during 30 years with United Airlines, describe encounters that violate fundamental principles of aerodynamics and physics. Sullivan documented an incident in August 2024 where an object executed a 90-degree turn at approximately Mach 2 without showing any signs of structural stress or deceleration. The craft maintained its integrity during maneuvers that would destroy any known aircraft. Younger pilots are leading the charge toward transparency, unencumbered by decades of career conditioning that prioritized silence over safety. First Officer Michael Rodriguez, age 28, represents a generation that entered aviation after UAP disclosure gained mainstream acceptance. Rodriguez documented his encounter with an object that interfered with his aircraft's navigation systems during a flight from Phoenix to Chicago in October 2024. The craft generated electromagnetic effects that temporarily disabled the autopilot and caused instrument fluctuations throughout the encounter. Rodriguez shared his experience on social media platforms within hours of landing, complete with cockpit instrument readings and air traffic control audio recordings. His willingness to go public immediately contrasts sharply with older pilots who might have filed internal reports and never discussed the incident again. Rodriguez argues that aviation safety depends on transparent communication about all hazards, regardless of their origin or explanation. Several incidents have required pilots to take immediate evasive action to avoid potential collisions with unidentified objects. Captain David Park executed an emergency descent over Colorado in December 2024 when an object approached his aircraft head-on at cruise altitude. Park dropped 4,000 feet in less than 2 minutes to avoid what appeared to be an imminent collision. The object matched his descent rate exactly, maintaining a constant distance of approximately 200 feet from his aircraft throughout the maneuver. Airlines now require pilots to undergo psychological evaluations after reporting UAP encounters, recognizing the mental stress these experiences create. Dr. Patricia Evans, who conducts these evaluations for several major carriers, reports that pilots often struggle with feelings of helplessness and confusion after witnessing technology that appears to operate outside known physical laws. Pilot unions are beginning to provide active support for members who report UAP incidents, marking a significant shift from previous policies that discouraged such reports. The Airline Pilots Association created a UAP Incident Support Committee in 2024 that provides legal assistance and career protection for pilots filing official reports. Union representatives accompany pilots during company interviews and government briefings related to their encounters. A generational divide persists between older pilots who maintain silence about their experiences and younger aviators demanding transparency and answers. The growing movement among aviation professionals to treat UAP encounters as legitimate safety issues represents a fundamental shift in industry culture.